Hey, I'm Goldman. Today is Monday, September 12th. Here's a look at the week ahead. Well, this week's topic is inflation. We've been waiting weeks for this, and it's finally here. The August Consumer Price Index report, CPI, comes out tomorrow. It's going to be one of the most important reports we see. It's going to be very pivotal in determining will the Fed raise rates by 0.5% or 0.75% at its next meeting on September 21st. And then adding more spice to this week, we are in the Fed blackout period. No speeches, no comments. This started a couple days ago and lasts through this Fed meeting. So basically, when the CPI report gets released, the Fed can't comment, they can't provide a reaction. So what do we expect? Let's start with the consensus. Well, headline CPI is expected to fall 0.1%, and year over year should decline from July's 8.5 to 8.1 for August. Core CPI, where you take out the volatile food and energy, should be flat at 0.3% versus the prior month. Year over year should rise a bit from 5.9% to 6.1% in August. What do we think? We think there's a possible surprise on the downside for a few reasons. Number one, we've seen a double-digit decline in gas prices in August. Number two, food prices, they are a little bit higher, but key foods like eggs and milk have fallen. Number three, something we tweeted last week, used car prices fell 4% in August, and they're down 10.8% year to date. Good for inflation. Number four, bloated inventories at retailers. Eventually, price cutting will start to be seen. Again, downward pressure on CPI. The one big wild card is rent. Rent is still going to be elevated for August, but we're seeing some possible good news on the horizon. We went to a website called apartmentlist.com, which basically shows the asking rent for landlords, what the landlords are basically asking for rent. This is rolling over pretty quickly. This is good news for rent on a go-forward basis, good news for CPI rent declining. So the big takeaway, big inflation report tomorrow. This will help dictate Fed interest rate policy. We could see lower than expected inflation, but even if we don't, the trends are in place for slower inflation overall. Thanks for listening. For more information, please follow us on Twitter at SataraIM, and see you next week.